Hello, everybody. Welcome to ESPN Sunday Night Baseball as we are at September the 26th, 1993, and the pennant races are winding down. The National League has already been decided. The San Francisco Giants have pulled away in the NL West, and they will meet the Phillies in the NLCS. For the National League, the American League, look at our standings. Toronto, of course, has ran away with the East, but in the West, we have a four-team race: Seattle, Chicago, Texas, and Kansas City, with not that many games to go. There's one more Sunday night. Next Sunday night will be the last game of the season. So you're talking about, let's see, they played 155 games. So you're talking about 7 games remaining for most teams. 1 week of baseball is all that's left. So next Sunday night, it'll be Kansas City at Texas. So I know we're getting overflow at Texas, but that's the matchups that come up in the schedule that pertain to the playoffs. Chicago will be playing Cleveland, so I didn't really think that would, affect anything. And if Seattle does happen to creep up and take the lead or challenge a little bit closer than what they are now, then we'll see who they're playing the last week of the season and possibly add them as well. But tentatively scheduled right now, next Sunday night, it'll be Kansas City at Texas from Arlington Stadium. Of course, things can change in the next 6 days, but that's where we stand heading into this game right now, where teams are jockeying for position up there. So Kansas City has already played their game for Sunday because this is a Sunday night game. So they've played 2 more games than Texas has and 2 more than Chicago has. So the loss column, they're in a dead heat. So anything can happen. We never know. Got the game up on the computer, so I will be scoring that. I'll be entering the dice and let the computer do its thing. And hopefully that seemed to work last time I did it, so hopefully it will work again. We shall see. Tabby is with me, but she's being quiet for now, so hopefully that stays the same. Got our dice, got our lineups here with the bullpens and the benches. Of course, September call-ups, so there's a whole lot of guys on the bench and a fair amount of guys in the bullpen, so no shortage of players by any means. I do have the game on the score sheet here, printed out from the PC Replay game itself, where you can print out the score sheet before the game starts with all the ratings and whatnot. So I'll be keeping score on the paper and letting the computer keep score on the computer as I type in the dice results that are rolled. Starting pitchers for today's game: right-hander Jason Beret for the White Sox and the gambler Kenny Rogers for the Texas Rangers. So we will get this game going. David Hulse will lead it off for the Rangers against Jason Beret. Or if you happen to be a Prince fan, maybe Jason Raspberry Beret. Here's the first pitch, 4-2-5. That's going to be a fielding chance with a possible error. It's hit to Graybeck at short. His error rating is a 54, so we're going to re-roll and see if we get 54 or higher. I'm sorry, 55 or higher, which is needed for an error. We get a 54 around the number, so there's not going to be an error. He's going to make the play. It's not higher, just barely. And it would have been a 2-base error had it been an error because of that, but Graybeck up to the task on that tough hop and retires Hulse for out number 1. Stepping up now is Chris James. They acquired him from the Astros. 1-3-1. And that's going to be a strikeout. You got a 1 there and a 1 there. It's a total of 2. And everybody knows replay baseball. Anything 2 through 6 in column 1 and 2 is a strikeout. So 2 quick outs, and here comes Raphael, Emerson, Lake, and Palmeiro. 5-6-5. And a 5-6 is a 1. 5-5 is a 5. Total of 6. That's usually a walk, and in this case it certainly is. So a 6 in column 5 will generate a free pass for Raphael Palmeiro. Now, that result, if you notice that result, got an asterisk here. That means he gets a chance to steal. So we're going to check the catcher defensive rating and the pitcher hold rating. Beret is a 4, Karkovice is a 2. So a 4 and a 2. I'm sorry, not 2. 4 and a, is it a 5? Check this here. Karkovice one more time. I'm sorry, he's a 5. Now I was looking at his speed. He's a 5. He's a 5. So it's a 4 and a 5, which are both very, very good. So the number here is 53. That's the number to beat if he's going to steal. We get a 53 on the number. How about that? Runners will hold because it's not higher than 53. So he had to get over a 50. He had to get a 54 or higher to steal. But since that's such a good hold and catcher defensive rating, he could not go anywhere. So Palmeiro is still at first base with 2 down for Julio Franco, the DH. Triple fours. That's another fielding check. And that's going to be for the shortstop, Graybeck, and he will make the play easily because we've got a 2 here, and Graybeck is a 2, total of 4. Easy ground out to end the inning. So, nothing doing there for the Texas Rangers in the first. They get a walk, nothing else. We go to the bottom of the first. It is Texas nothing, and the White Sox coming to bat. And Kenny Rogers on the mound for the Rangers will be facing Ellis Burks. Burks playing in right field in this game. 1-4-4. And that is a 2 and a 1, so that's going to be a strikeout. Get that low number in column 1 or 2, you're looking at a strikeout, and Burks whiffed. 1 down, and here's Joey Cora, second baseman. 3-1-2. We get a 4, which is the 3-1 is a 4, which means we're in the ballpark area, column number 3, right here. The number for Kenny Rogers is a 2. So in order to get a base hit in column 3, you have to have 7 or higher. So the only way he gets a hit is if this changes to a 5, and the only way that does that is if we roll a 5 or a 6. So anything short of a 5 or a 6, it's an out. It's a 6, so it's going to drop in for a base hit. How about that? Joey Cora gets himself a base hit. Just out of the reach of the left fielder, Mr. James. So 1 out single by Cora, and that's going to bring up the big hurt, Frank Thomas. .335, and that's going to be a 32 and a 3. 3-3 is a 32, 3-5 is a 3. That's a total of 35, which is a double to center field. And we could check the extra base coach for extra bases to see if the run can score, and that's what we will be doing. The double went to center field. So if we look at the third base coach, the third base coach tells us on a center field, throw home from center field, you move right 1 column. So the center fielder arm Hulse is a 3. The speed of Joey Cora is a 4, which puts him at a +1. But you move right, so now we're at a +2. We're at the +2 area, right in here. So we're going to roll and see what happens. We get a 7. And 7 says lead runner takes the extra base. So Cora will score on the double from the Big Hurt. So the Big Hurt, an RBI double. And the White Sox take a 1-0 lead. 1-0 lead on the double by Mr. Testosterone himself, Frank Thomas. Or should I say Mr. Testosterone replacement, Frank Thomas. All right, here is George Bell. Oh, wait a minute. Trailing runners has a chance to advance. My bad, I didn't check that. Trailing runners has a chance to advance if his speed is equal or higher than the die roll. So his speed is a 2, is Frank Thomas. So we're going to roll for that. That's a 3. So since it is not higher, he will have to hold on at second base. But there could have been a chance to move up. But he's not very fast, so I didn't really think about it initially. But the computer corrected me. All right, here's George Bell. Kenny Rogers, 2-3-3. 2-3-3, 16 in here. And a 2 here is an 18, which is a fly out to left field for out number 2. Thomas will have to hold. And that'll bring up Bo Jackson. 4-1-2, that's a fielding check. 4-1 is a 3. 4-2 is the second baseman. In that case, it is Strange, and he will make the play to end the inning. But the Rangers fall behind the White Sox 1-0 after 1 on the RBI double from the Big Hurt. Sox with the 1-0 lead, and Dean Palmer will lead things off. And these two teams are in a dead heat for second place, 1 game behind Kansas City, so the loser is going to be a real disadvantage in this game. Whoops. Here comes Palmer against Beret. 2-3-2. 2-3 is a 2. 2-2 is a 1. Total of 3, and that's going to be a strikeout. So Palmer out on strikes for out number 1. Second strikeout for Beret. And here's Doug Strange. 6-4-3. 6-4 is a 59. 3 is a 2. That's a 61. That's going to be a double. So an 1-out double by Doug Strange. And the Rangers trying to claw back in this thing. Next up is the right fielder, Rob Acey-Ducey. 2-5-4. 2-5 is a 16. 2-4 is a 1 for a 17. That's a fly out to center. And it's not going to be deep enough to move the runner up, so he will stay there. 2 down for Gino Petralli, the catcher. 4-3-4. Another fielding check. 4-3 is a 1. 4-4 is the shortstop, Graybeck. He will make the play. And the inning is over. So they get the double, but nothing else. And we go to the bottom of the second. Still 1-0. Good guys, as Hawk Harrelson used to say. All right. It'll be Robin Ventura against Kenny Rogers. 2-5-1. And a 2-5-1, 16 and a 1. 2-5, 16, 2-1's a 1, 17 with the bases empty. That's a strikeout. So Ventura will whiff for out number 1. Second strikeout for Rogers. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Lance Johnson. 3-4-2. That's the rare play check. You get that 3-4, you get that 57. See if we get an even or odd. We get a 1, and that's going to talk about the foul territory in Comiskey Park. So we look at the foul territory in Comiskey Park. 1-5 is a foul out. 6 is a foul ball. So anything other than a 6, and it's going to be recorded as a foul out. It's a 5. So it's going to be a foul out to the catcher. So he fouls out to Petralli for out number 2. That's what happens with a rare play check. When you roll a 1, it goes to the foul ball. It does not go to a rare play. Here's Ron Karkovice, the catcher. 2 outs, bases clear. 4-4-6, another fielding check. 4-4 is a 7. I'm sorry, 4-4 is a 1. 4-6 is the second baseman. And Strange will make the play, no problema. It's going to end the inning. 1-2-3 go the Sox here in the second. We go to the third, and we're still looking at a 1-0 ball game. For the Rangers, it will be Manny Lee to lead it off, number 9 hitter. Pudge Rodriguez is on the bench, in case you were curious. He is there. So I'm sure he'll get some playing time eventually. So is Juan Gonzalez. I'm sure both those guys will be up there to pinch hit shortly. 4-2-5. 4-2-5 is a ground ball. On Lee, it's a 6. 5, it's the shortstop. And it's an easy play for Graybeck. 1 away. Manny Lee is retired. That'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Holtz. He grounded to short his first trip. 2-6-1. That's going to be in the shaded area. And we're looking in column 2, this looping liner. The defender in this case is a 1, which is the left fielder. And the left fielder is Bo Jackson. Let's check his range. Bo Jackson's range is a 3 in left field. So right now it's a 2. If that changes to a 3 or higher, it's going to drop in for a hit. So the only way it doesn't change to a 3 or higher is to roll a 1. So if we don't roll a 1, it's going to drop in for a hit. And it does drop in for a hit. So Hulse gets himself a 1-out single. Second hit of the game for the Rangers. Hulse is aboard. And that'll bring up Chris James. Five, 1, 2. 5-1 is a 4. 5-2 is a 5. Total of 9, and that will be a walk. So Rangers have something cooking here in the third. They got runners at first and second with only 1 out, and Rafael Palmeiro, dangerous hitter, coming up. Palmeiro actually walked his first chance, but he's got a chance to do some damage here. 3-1-4. 3-1 is a 31. 3-4 is a 1. That's a total of 32, which is a fly out to left field. You can see Beret, all 1s in column 3, which means he stops a lot of hits that way. Takes away a lot of hits. So Palmeiro aiming for a double, but didn't quite get it because Beret is just too good against the hits. If these have been 3s or 4s, that would have been a double. So here's Franco with 2 outs and 2 on. 6-1-5. And a 6-1 is a 16. 6-5 is a 3. Total of 19. That's a deep fly to right to end the inning. So the single and the walk don't come home to roost. We go to the bottom of the third. Still 1-0. Favor the White Sox. Kenny Rogers will be facing Craig Graybeck, shortstop. And the Sox have some good lefties on the bench. They've got Guillen, LaValliere, and Pasqua. All those are on the bench because of the lefty Rogers. And they also have Tim Raines, a switch hitter. So some decent bats on the bench for the Sox as well. 6-3-6 for Graybeck. 6-3 is a 36, which means that's a strikeout. So Graybeck out on strikes. And we go back to the top of the order for Ellis Burks. Only run of the game came on a single by Cora, followed by a RBI double by the Big Hurt. 2-4-1. 2-4 is a 60 with the raised number, but that's static, so that's not changing anytime soon. And let's see, the 1 is the left fielder. Left fielder is James. Check his range. In left field, it's a 3. So his range is a 3, but that's a 3. The range has to beat this in order for it to be caught. It does not. So therefore, it is going to be a double for Ellis Burks. Ellis Burks doubles. 1-out double for Ellis Burks, and that will bring up Joey Cora. Joey Cora. 4-5-1. 4-5-1. 4-5 is a 18. 4-1 is the first baseman. That is Palmeiro. His defense at first base is a... Let's see, what is his defense at first base? Palmeiro at first base is a 1. So we got an 18 and a 1 for a total of 19. The infield is back. 19 says, though, single knockdown by fielder, runners advance 1 base. So that's going to put runners at the corners. Runners will be at the corners on the infield single. Infield single. Infield single puts runners at the corners with only 1 out for the Big Hurt once again. So the Big Hurt coming up. He doubled his first chance. Trying to give the Sox more runs. 1-3-1. 1-3 is a 10. That's going to be a base hit. Single up the middle. That will score the run. And Cora Since his speed is greater than 3, he will take third base. So runners are at the corners. And another RBI for the Big Herd. So Rogers in desperate trouble here. Rangers are down 2-0, but Sox looking to blow this thing wide open. Still only one out. George Bell does hit into a lot of double plays. All those ones on his column 4 means he hits into a lot of double plays. So they're going to play back for the double play. 5-1-2. 5-1 is a 1. 5-2 is a 2. And let's see what the computer is telling me here. All right, the infield was halfway for the double play, right? Yep. They were halfway. Okay, and we got a 5-1, which is the 1. 5-2 is a 2, total of 3. And with the infield in, out at first as lead runner holds unless forced. If forced, all right, so he's not forced, so he's going to stay there. And let's see. Out at first, the other runners move up. So on the ground ball to the second baseman, Strange, his only play was to first base. So Thomas will take second, but Cora has to hold. Runners are at second and third now. Second and third. Let's get this on the computer correctly, I should say. All right, so Thomas hit his single to put the runners in the corners. And then we had the infield in, so it was a ground out. Second to first with the runners holding at third and safe at second. All right, now we're straight on the computer. There are now 2 outs, and it's Bo Jackson. It's Bo time. It's Bo time. It's 2-0, but Sox trying to make it more than that. 4-2-5. 4-2-5. 4-2-5. 4-2 is a 2. 4-5 shortstop. He will make the play, and that's going to end the inning. But a run comes across for the Sox, and they now lead it by the score of 2-0 after 3 innings of play. But Texas still in the game as Rogers kept them from making it worse. But 3 innings are gone, and before you know it, the innings are going to run out. So Texas needs to get busy. Dean Palmer will do the leading off here. Palmer, 5.54. And 5.5 is a 20. And 5.4 is a 5, total of 25. That's a walk. So leadoff walk to Palmer via the 25. And now, since we're on the 25 chart, we are going to the action chart M. So action chart M. Roll and see what happens with that. We get a 10, and that's talking about a pass ball right there. Action chart M, pass ball and a 10. That's a 3. The pass ball rating on Karkovice is only a 2. So the 3 beats the 2, so it will be a pass ball. It will be a pass ball. So Karkovice lets that one get by, and that takes the double play out of the equation. So Palmer walks, and now here comes Strange. .442, and 4.4 is an 18. 4.2 is second baseman, and that's going to be, let's see here, second baseman is Cora, and his defensive rating is a 3, and then you have the 18 there, so that's a 21. Infield is back. 21 with the infield back is a single off the glove, but it's going to the umpire chart. And on the umpire chart, a 1 or a 6, he is out. Anything else, he is safe. It's a 6, so he's going to be out. So they do get the out. Runner does advance to third base. But Strange is out of there. So Strange now, Strange is out of there. Palmer now at third on the ground out. 1 out, and here comes Rob Ducey with a 2-0 lead. The Sox are going to play the infield back. They don't want a big inning going on, so they will allow him to score on a grounder. Ducey now, 5-4-4. 5-4 is 27. 5-5 is a 32, and that's going to be a strikeout. And the reason it's a strikeout because it's a K here. The original 32 result was a fly out to left, but he's got the K, and anytime you have the K in column 5, and the result is any out with runners on base, score it as a strikeout. So if no runners had been on base, the flyout would have stood. But in this case, it's going to be a strikeout, prevents a possible sacrifice fly. So another thing there, a little interesting tidbit that favors a good pitcher. So 2 down now, and it's Gino Petralli, the last chance for the Rangers to get on the board. 3-2-3. 3-2 is a 2, 3-3 is a 1, total of 3. That's a dribbler to the catcher, and an easy play for Karkovice to end the inning. 2-3 ground out. Nothing doing for the Rangers. We now go to the bottom of the 4th. It is still 2-0. Favor of the White Sox. And now Robin Ventura steps to the plate. 4-6-3. 4-6 is a 16. 4-3 is a third baseman. That's Palmer. And Palmer is, I believe, a 4. Let me double check that. Palmer is a 4. 4, absolutely. So a 16 and a 4 is a 20 with the infield back, and that is a ground out. However, we do again go to the umpire chart. On a 1 or a 6, he will be safe. 2 through 5, he's out. It's a 6, he's safe. So how about that? He is safe. Alrighty, just had to check something real quick. Ventura is on with the single as he beat it out on the umpire chart. And now here's Lance Johnson. And let's put Ventura at first base. Rogers to Johnson, 3-5-3. And that's going to be a 30 and a 2 for a total of 32. 3-5 is a 30, 3-2 is a 2 for a total of 32. Fly out to left field, 1 away. So Lance Johnson is retired, and that brings up Karkovice. 4-3-3. 4-3 is a 1. 4-3 is the third baseman, Palmer, and that'll be a double play. 5-4-3. Those low numbers there. When you get these low numbers of 1 here, it's almost guaranteed a double play. So it's a 5-4-3 double play to end the inning. 4 innings in the books, still 2-0. Favor of the men in black. And we go to the top of the 5th. It will be Jason Beret facing Manny Lee. I'm still holding to my rule of 7th inning or later to pinch hit. So Lee is going to hit for himself. 3-5-4. 3-5 is a 12. 3-4 is a 1. Total of 13. It's a line out to shortstop. So Graybeck will make the grab. 1 down. Back to the top of the order for Hulse. 4-5-5. 4-5 is a 1. 4-5 is the shortstop, Graybeck. He will make the play again. 2 down for Chris James. So the Ranger offense being stymied by Jason Beret. 5-6-5. 5-6 is a 3. 5-5 is a 5. Total of 8. That's going to be a 2-out walk to Chris James. Get those high numbers in column 5, and you get the walk. That's the second walk that James has drawn. And now the tying run comes to the plate. Rafael Palmeiro, he could tie it with one swing of the bat, especially if he gets the 6-2 or 6-4 result. That could be trouble for Bray, or 6-6 for that matter. Anything in column 6 could be trouble if it goes that way, but it's a 4-2-6. 4-2 is a 3. 4-6 is second baseman Cora, and he will make the play easily to end the inning. So nothing doing for the Strangers on that one. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It is still 2-0 Sox ahead of Texas. And Craig Graybeck will lead it off for the Sox, followed by top of the order Burks and Cora. 4-4-2. 4-4 is a 1. 4-2 is a second baseman, and Strange will make the play to retire Graybeck. We go to Ellis Burks. He has struck out in the first and doubled and scored in the third. 3-5-6. 3-5 is a 3. 3-6 is a 3. Total of 6. And in column 3, that's a fly out to left field for out number 2. That'll bring up Joey Cora. Cora. 4-1-2, fielding check again. 4-1 is a 2. 4-2 is the second baseman. An easy play for Strange. And an easy inning for Kenny Rogers. So 5 innings are in the books. It's still 2-0 favor of Texas. I'm sorry, favor of Chicago. What am I talking about? All right. Julio Franco going to lead off against Beret. This is normally his fatigue inning because he's pitching so well. He's not showing fatigue. The replay computer will tell me if he needs to go to his B grades or not. Franco, triple sixes. That could be trouble for the pitcher. That's a 9 in the ballpark result. 6-6 here is a 4. It's a total of 13, which would be a home run, but we're going to the home run check here in column 6 for a right-hander. If this would drop to a 7, that would make that an 11, which means a home run might not happen. So unless roll a 5 or 6, it's a guaranteed home run. It's a 6, so it's a chance that it's going to be a single. And now, since it's an 11, we're going to roll and get a 1. If he gets a 6, it's a home run. Anything else, it's a single. It's a 5, so it's just going to be a single for Franco. So Beret escaped. Luckily, he rolled that 6. And that holds Franco to just a single for Dean Palmer. Palmer struck out and walked. 4-5-1, that's another fielding check. 4-5 is an 18. 4-1 is the first baseman, Big Hurt. And let's see here, Big Hurt is a 4. So an 18 and a 4 is a 22 with the infield halfway. That's going to be a single off the glove. Runner advances 1 base. So runners are at first and second on the infield single from Dean Palmer. Thomas was able to knock it down, keep it from the outfield, but could not make the play. So the first 2 are on with nobody out for Doug Strange. Sox looking to turn 2. They might do it on that 4-1-3. 4-1 is a 1, and 4-3 is a third baseman. That will be a 5-4-3 double play. The runner will go to third, but now there are 2 outs, so that was a rally killer right there. 5-4-3 around the horn double play. Franco does take third, but not what the Rangers wanted, and they still need a base hit from Rob Ducey to get the run home. 2-5-2. 2-5 is a 16. 2-2 is a 1. Total 17. That's a fly out to center field to end the inning, and Beret pitches again around the mess. And after laying the first 2 on, the double play, the pitcher's best friend gets him out of it. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still 2-0 Sox. And the Big Hurt will lead things off. He has doubled and singled, 2 for 2. 6-2-2. 6-2 is a 10. 6-2 there is a 12, and that is a home run. There's no ballpark to change it. It's a 10 and a 2. It's a 12. It is gone, except unless we roll a 1. We don't roll a 1, so the home run is actually good. You can put it on the board. Yes. It is gone. Frank Thomas, the big hurt. Must have had some of that testosterone extra testosterone replacement must have helped him. He is a triple away from the cycle, 3 for 3, single-handedly carrying the White Sox. Here's George Bell. 6-2-6. That could be trouble again for Rogers. 6-2 is a 9. 6-6 is a 4. That's a total of 13. It is gone too. Back-to-back jacks. George Taco Bell, a Burrito Supreme. Back-to-back jacks. And I think that might be the beginning of the end for Kenny Rogers, as the Texas bullpen is going to be making a move. They are going to go to Chris Carpenter, who they picked up from Florida. So timeout for a bullpen change. Pitching change, I should say. So bases are clear after the 2 home runs, 2 solo shots. And now Bo Nose is coming up. 2-1-2. 2-1's a 25. 2-2 is a 2. 27. It's a ground ball to third. Palmer takes care of it. 1 away for Robin Ventura. But now the Sox lead at 4-0. 3-6. That's a left-right split. 3-6-3. And Ventura left. He's going to get the base hit off the righty Carpenter. So it is a base hit. First time the left-right split comes into play. And the Sox take advantage with a base hit. Here's Lance Johnson. 4-2-2. 4-2 is an 11. Possible error. And we're checking the error of the second baseman, Strange. His error rating is a 52. Roll a 55. It will be an error. So a 1-base error on Strange, and it's fallen apart for the Rangers in this inning. Now their fielding is starting to let them down. Runners are at first and second with 1 out on the E4. And that brings up Ron Karkovice. Whoop, the white die didn't go through, did it? Slipped right out of there. Let's re-roll that. 5-6-3. 5-6 is a 1. 5-3 is a 2. It's a ground ball to second with the infield halfway. It's a force play. So I'll put runners at the corners. It's going to go 4-6. They'll retire Johnson at second base. Karkovice reaches on the force. Ventura goes to third. 2 down for the shortstop, Craig Graybeck. And it's imperative for Carpenter to get this out. If the Sox get any more runs, it's practically going to be over. Now, there's a chance to steal for Karkovice. Let me double check. The computer is telling me that. I don't see how or why you'd want to steal with Karkovice. He only had 2 stolen bases all season. So I don't know why they'd have a steal there. Saying action chart F. I don't know about that one. That one's kind of weird. I think I'm going to let that. I'm going to bypass that one and just let Graybeck hit. Graybeck 5-2-6. 5-2 is a 27. 5-6 is a 4. Total of 31. That is going to be a fly to center, and that's going to end the inning. But 2 runs come in for the White Sox on back-to-back jacks from Frank Thomas and George Bell. And at the end of 6 innings of play, it is the White Sox 4 and the Rangers nothing. And we'll take a short break. Okay, we are ready to start top of the 7th, which means substitutions can happen freely. So coming up for the Rangers will be Gino Petralli. Next, though, is going to be Manny Lee, but he will not hit. They will have Dan Peltier, a lefty, hit for Lee, and then we'll get another shortstop in the game in the bottom half of the inning. But they're trying for offense. Here's Petralli, 1-1-6. That's going to be a base hit for Petralli. Plus, he's got an asterisk, but they're down 4-0. So we're going to eschew the run, the stealing, I mean. We are not going to steal. We're going to call that off. And now that will bring up the pinch hitter, Dan Peltier. So it is going to be a single for Petrali. And now Peltier will be the pinch hitter. And we'll figure out, I think Mario Diaz will be the new shortstop, if I'm not mistaken. In fact, that's exactly who it's going to be. So we're going to put Diaz in the shortstop bowl. But they're going for offense. So we got Peltier against Beret. So let's make that change on the computer. We need Peltier. We got a 5-4-5. 5-4-5. It's a 2 and a 7, and that 2 and a 5 rather. 2 here on the 4-5, and the 5 here makes a total of 7. That is going to be a walk. So runners are now at first and second with nobody out. And of course, Peltier will be run for by Mario Diaz. Well, he won't be run. He'll stay in the game because he's a 4 runner. Diaz is only a 3. So Diaz will come in and take over in the bottom of the inning. Hulse is your batter. Sox sticking with Beret, but he's on a short leash. 2-4-4. 2-4 is a 2. 2-4 is a 1. Total of 3. That's a big strikeout for Jason Beret. So after giving the first 2 on, he strikes out Hulse. And that brings up Chris James, but he will be called back because they're going to Juan Gonzalez. Juan Gonzalez will pinch hit for Chris James and stay in the game to play left field. And Gonzalez, one big swing of the bat could change this game all around and affect everything. Beret is now on his B grades according to the PC replay computer. So I think we're going to the bullpen for the Sox. They don't want to give up free runs against the B grades of the pitcher. So they're going to the bullpen are the Sox. And they will turn to right-hander Jeff Schwartz. Jeff Schwartz, the right-hander, is on for the Sox. Schwartz is your new pitcher. So Beret did well for himself, but now it's Schwartz. And again, Gonzalez is going to be your new left fielder as well. So let's correct this. This is Gonzalez now. And all this stuff in front of the camera. I better check and make sure the focus didn't get screwed up. Looks like it's still okay. So we'll go with it. All right, so Juan Gonzalez now with a chance. 2 outs and a man, 1 out and 2 on rather, for Juan Gonzalez. 6-4-4. 6-4 is in the ballpark area. That's a 9. 6-4 here is a 1 though. It's a total of 10 right now. We go over here to the ballpark, roll 1d6 and see what happens. We get a 5, which changes this to a 7. So a 7 and 1 is a total of 8, and that will just be a single. Single to left field. And there's an option to send Petrali or not. I think down 4-0, I think you're going to hold him. So they're going to load the bases. And that'll bring up Palmeiro. And this is, again, 1993. It's not 2023, so there is no 3-batter minimum. So the White Sox will go to the bullpen again, this time for the left-hander Scott Radinsky. They're one left-hander on the staff, and this is the time to bring him in when you're facing that tough lefty. So go to the bullpen, call to the bullpen for Scott Radinsky. He will be on. Of course, Roberto Hernandez is their closer. Don't want to bring him in just yet. A little early for that. So we go to Radinsky out of the pen. Lefty on lefty matchup against Palmeiro. 4-4-6. 4-4 is a 18. 4-6 is the second baseman, Cora. And Cora is a defensive rating of 3. So we have the 3 and we have the 18. 18 here is 21. The infield was halfway. So 21 with the infield halfway. A single. Runners advance one base. Runner scores from second. So it's a 2-run single off the glove of Cora. And Palmeiro comes through, puts the Rangers on the board. They get 2 runs pretty quickly. 2-run single by Palmeiro. That'll move Gonzalez to second. It will score Petrali and Peltier. It's now a 4-2 game. Still only 1 out. And Julio Franco, the batter. Actually showing first and second. Not the run on second scored. The run on first does not get the extra base. My bad. So he stays at second. But now what do you do with Radinsky? Because you're going to stick with Radinsky to pitch to Franco. Triple ones. That's going to be a base hit because that's a 10 there. It always is a base hit when you get a 10. It's a single up the middle. And that's going to advance the runners 2 bases. Gonzalez will score. Palmeiro will take third. It is now a 4-3 game. And that's going to be it for Radinsky. He couldn't hold it either. And the White Sox bullpen is imploding, ruining a wonderful outing by Mr. Beret. So they will go to Jose De Leon to pitch to Dean Palmer. He is the 3rd pitcher this inning. But they're trying to get out of this mess. They have a 4-3 lead, but it's precarious. And so now, here is De Leon. Infield is back for the double play. Looking to turn 2 if they can. 5-2-4. 5-2 is a 32. 5-5 is a 5-4 is a 5 for a total of 37. That's a strikeout, and that is huge. So De Leon strikes out Palmer. That brings up Strange. He's a 256 hitter, and he's a switch hitter. He is 1 for 3 on the game, but do you bring in somebody else is the question. Do they have anybody that's any better? Well, they got Pudge Rodriguez. He's obviously better. They could bring in Billy Ripken to play second base. They're going for all the gusto right here. Pudge Rodriguez is going to pinch hit for Doug Strange. And then Bill Ripken will take over at second base. So moves being made by the Rangers. They're going with the best they have off the bench in Pudge Rodriguez. He's going to see what he can do. And then Ripken will take over at second base for Strange. 4-3 game. Top of the 7th. 2 outs. Pitch to Rodriguez. 3-2-2. 3-2 is in the ballpark area with that orange number there, 2. And it's going to be an out either way because this has to be a 7 or higher to be a hit. And when he's got a 1 here, the most you can get is a 6. So it's practically irrelevant what we roll. 5, so it's going to be a fly ball to right field to end the inning. But a productive one for the Rangers. They pick up 3 runs. And all of a sudden, it's a 4-3 game here in Chicago. And we'll set the defense for you. Ripken is now the second baseman. Diaz is now the shortstop. And Gonzalez is now the left fielder. So we need to make all those moves on the computer. Shortstop is Diaz. Gonzalez is in left. Let's see, at second base is going to be Bill Ripken. All right. So there you go. Now we're set. And the Rangers need a new pitcher as well, as they went with Carpenter as long as they felt comfortable with. So with Burks, the top of the order, Burks, Cora, and Thomas due up. The Rangers will go with Matt Whiteside, a right-hander. So Matt Whiteside will be coming on for the Rangers. See what he can do against Ellis Burks. 4-3 game, bottom of the 7th. Burks 2-6-2. And that's going to be in the shaded area once again. The 2 is the left fielder. And that is Gonzalez. Let's check his defense. Gonzalez's defense is a 4. So as long as this number does not go above a 4, he's okay. He's got to stay a 3 or less. The way that happens is to roll down here. A 1, 2, or 3, it's going to be an out. Anything higher than 3, it's going to be a base hit. It's a 6, so it's going to be a base hit. Leadoff single for Ellis Burks as Gonzalez unable to get to it. That'll bring up Joey Cora. Three, 5, 2. 3, 5 is a 3. 3, 2 is a 2. Total of 5 in column 3. It's a short fly to right field. 4, 1 away. So 1 down, and you got the dangerous Big Hurt. He's a triple away from the cycle. Don't know if he has any possibilities of triples on his card or not. 4, 5. Well, that won't be a triple either way. 4, 5, 4 is a fielding check. 4, 5 is an 18. 4, 4 is the shortstop. That is Diaz. We'll check Diaz's numbers. He is a 4. So that is a total of 22. And that's going to be an infield single off the glove. And that will put runners at first and second. With only 1 out. And George Bell coming to the plate. Whiteside and might not be in this game too much longer. They do have Patterson ready to go when they get to Ventura's spot. Assuming Whiteside makes it that long. Here's Bell. 3-2-1. 3-2 is a 2. 3-1 is a 2. Total of 4. It's a short fly to center field for out number 2. But he's got to get Bo Jackson. That's the big guy to get if you're Whiteside. You got to get Bo Jackson. This is Whiteside's last batter regardless, because they would be bringing in Patterson to face Ventura. Whiteside against Bo. 1-1 is a 1-1-4. 1-1 is a 1. 1-4 is a 3. That's a total of 4. That's a strikeout, and Whiteside does the job. So Whiteside holds the fort. And at the end of 7, it's 4-3. Sox couldn't add to the lead. And let's see if DeLeon, it looks like DeLeon's going to come back out. Keep it going. Whiteside's day is done, though. All right, for the Rangers, it is going to be Ducey, Petrali, and Diaz. So Ducey will lead it off against DeLeon to start the top of the 8th. 4-1-4. 4-1 is a 2. 4-4 is the shortstop, and that's going to be an easy play for Graybeck. Had we hit a 4-5 or a 4-2, if the blue die had been a 2 or a 5, we would have gone to column 6 in both results. And the 4-1 here would have turned to a fly out, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Nobody was on. It's just an easy ground ball for out number 1. And that'll bring up Petrali. 3-4, that's the rare play chance. 3-4-5, that's a rare play opportunity. Roll 1d6. It's going to be odd, so it will be a rare play. So we're going to roll on the rare play opportunity. We get a 53. You have to go to the rare playbook with the bases empty. So let's go to bases empty, and we roll an 8. And there is 1 out. All right, bases empty. Number 8 and 1 out. Tapped in front of the plate. Roll 1 die against the catcher's defensive rating. If die is not higher, catcher quickly fields the ball and fires to first to retire the batter. If die is higher, catcher's hurried throw is wide of the bag and the batter is safe at first with an infield single. Not sure why that's considered a rare play, but we'll go with it. So we roll a 53, tapped in front of home plate. Catcher's defensive rating, Karkovice is a 5. So the only way this is going to be a hit is if it rolls a 6. That's a 1, so he will easily make that play. And he is retired 2-3 on the putout. So 2 down. And that brings up Diaz. 273 hitter, so not bad at all. And let's see what he does here. 1-5 is a 3. 1-2 is a 2. Total of 5. That is a strikeout. Strikeout City. Struck him out to end the inning. Nothing doing for the Rangers. We go to the bottom of the 8th of a 4-3 game. And we will have Bob Patterson, the left-hander, coming on. Patterson will be making the move to the bullpen. He is also a fly ball pitcher with those C6s there. He'll be facing Robin Ventura. Patterson facing Ventura. Triple fours, 4-4-4. 4-4 is an 18. 4-4 is the shortstop. And that's going to be a single because the shortstop for the Rangers is Diaz. He's a 4. So the 18 to 4 is a 22. And that results in a base hit for Robin Ventura, an infield single. Infield single for Ventura. That brings up Lance Johnson, another lefty, but he's got such good defense you don't want to take him out. He's got good range. Center field, he's a 5 range. So they're going to leave him out there. Johnson now, 4-4-6. 4-4 is a 2. 4-6 is the second baseman Ripken, and that will be a double play. Because that low number there, that 4-4 is only a 2 there. So with Ripken being a 4, or being a 3 rather, that's going to be a 5, which will be a double play. 4-6-3. So Patterson quickly got out of that mess. 4-6-3 double play. 2 out spaces clear for Karkovice and Tom Hinkie. I'm sorry, Jose De Leon. I'm not Jose De Leon. He's already in the game. Roberto Hernandez, rather, is loosening the Sox bullpen to come in the top of the 9th. Here's Karkovice. Now Tabby wants to get involved. 1-3-5. 1-3 is a 1. 1-5 is a 1. Total of 2. It's a strikeout to end the inning. So Patterson does his job, keeps everything at bay. And last chance for the Rangers. They'll have to do it against the closer, Roberto Hernandez of the White Sox. He had 38 saves on the 93 season. He was 3-4 with a 2.29 ERA and 38 saves. For the Rangers, they will have the top of the order, Hulse, Gonzalez, and Palmeiro. So pretty good lineup to have if you were the Sox. Or if you're the Rangers, rather. So Roberto Hernandez trying to close it down and put the White Sox ahead of the Rangers by a game and closer to Kansas City. 6-1-5. 6-1's a 16. 6-5's a 3. Total of 19. That is going to be a fly to right field. And there's 1 away. So 1 down, and that brings up Juan Gonzalez. Gonzalez had a single in his pinch hitting appearance first time up. 5-5-4 might be a walk. Let's see, 5-5's a 15. 5-2, that's actually going to be an infield single. On a 16 through 20, it's an infield single going to the action chart M. So we're going to action chart M after the infield single for Gonzo. And let's see, action chart M, again, talks about wild pitches, balks, that sort of thing. We get a 6, which is wild pitch B0. So if pitcher's wild pitch rating is 0, scored a wild pitch, his wild pitch rating is not 0. If the catcher's pass ball rating is 0, it's a pass ball. It is not. It's a 2. All right. Then it says if both apply, score a wild pitch. So in either case, nothing happens because it's not going to happen. So runner Gonzalez is at first base. He is the tying run, and the go-ahead run, Rafael Palmeiro, is at the plate against Hernandez. Strength against strength right here. 6-6-5. 6-6, that's a possible home run. That is a 9 here. 6-5 is a 3, so we know we're going to add 3 to whatever we get. Right now it's a 9. We go up here to column 6, and the Sox need a low number, or else this could be gone. It's a 4, which keeps it a 9. So the 9 and the 3 is a 12. That's going to be a home run unless we roll a 1. That's the only way to stop it. It's gone. Rafael Palmeiro, a 2-run homer off of the closer Roberto Hernandez. And the Rangers now have taken a 5-4 lead And Tom Hinkie has started to throw in the Ranger bullpen. Sox fans are not happy. Roberto Hernandez is frustrated. Here's Franco, 1-5-2. 1-5 is a 4, 1-2 is a 1, total of 5 for a strikeout. But damage done by Rafael Palmeiro. His 2-run homer here in the top of the ninth has given the Rangers a 5-4 lead that they will hand over to Tom Hinkie. 1-6, that's going to be a strikeout. When you get a 45 with the bases empty, that's a strikeout. That's going to end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the ninth. Last chance for the Sox now. And they'll have to do it against Tom Hinkie. Tom Hinkie for the Rangers. He has 40 saves, 5-5, 2.91 ERA, and 40 saves. 5-4. Rangers lead it. And now they can jump in front and get a big advantage going forward. Sox now will be going to their bench. They haven't gone to their bench all game, but they're going to need to now. Graybeck is your leadoff hitter, number 9 hitter. He will not bat, obviously. They will go to a pinch hitter. So Hinkie's in the game. And then we need a pinch hitter for Graybeck. And let's see who they want to go to. They could go to Tim Raines. And why not? He's a good leadoff hitter. Why not have him out there? He's a perfect leadoff hitter for him. So Tim Raines will pinch hit. Tim Raines will pinch hit for Graybeck. And if it goes to the extra innings, they will have another shortstop. Ozzie Guillen would come in and play short if that was the case. But right now it is Raines facing Hinkie. 1-6-1. 1-6 is a 45. And again, that's a strikeout with the bases empty. So Raines will strike out. One away for Ellis Burks. And I think they're going to stick with Ellis Burks. So do they bring in... They really need somebody to hit a home run. That's what they really need. Somebody with some pop. Burks, decent home run, but not all that great home run. And they might want a lefty in there as well. But do they have anybody that's a better average? That's the question. Well, Warren Newsom's got a better average, but no pop. Boy, who do you go with here? Do you go for the average or do you go for the pop? I guess they're going to stick with Burks. 2-2-4. 2-2 is at 11, so that means he is going to reach, but it's a plus sign, which means he has to steal. So it's a base hit, but he has to steal. He has to attempt it. He has to attempt to steal. The pitcher hold rating let's see, the pitcher hold rating for Hinkie is a 3, and the catcher, Petrali, is a 2. So if we check the book, the 2 and the 3. 2 and the 3, let's see what happens with that on the stolen base chances. 2 and a 3, it's a 33. So he has to have higher. He has to have 34 or higher to steal. 33 or less, he's caught. He is caught stealing. Ellis Burks caught stealing. So now we're down to the final out. That's Joey Cora, and he will bat. 268 hitters, so they will let him bat. 4-1-3. 4-1 is a 2. 4-3 is a third baseman, and that's going to be the end of the inning and end of the ball game as Palmer takes care of it. And the Rangers come back from a 4-0 deficit to shock the White Sox and the White Sox crowd by the score of 5-4. 5-4. 5-10-1. 4-11-0. Winning pitcher is Bob Patterson. The loser is Roberto Hernandez, and the save goes to Tom Hinkie. So now as we look ahead to the standings, that'll put Texas 86-68, and they'll be a half game back of Kansas City. Chicago 85-69. They are now a game and a half back of Kansas City. 1 game in front of Seattle. So next Sunday night, it'll be Texas and Kansas City from Arlington, and that could decide the division. We shall see. Toronto is waiting for the winner, but right now it's up in the air. And player of the game for the Rangers is Rafael Palmeiro. His 2-run homer in the top of the ninth has done it and given his team a 5-4 victory over the Texas Rangers. Over the Chicago White Sox. So that's going to do it from here. Hope you enjoyed that presentation of Replay Baseball, 1993 ESPN Sunday Night Baseball version. And until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.